Hi, my name is Isabella Pivotone. Thank you for joining our newscast. I'm with Genesis, and she's a burn expert. Now, I believe Genesis brought a presentation on burns, right?
I did. I feel like everyone should be more informed about how to treat burns because it is a common injury that happens.
Now, Genesis, the people are wondering, why is learning about first aid important?
Well, Isabella, if you want to get a job in the medical field, if you want to be a lifeguard or a camp counselor, you will have to learn about first aid. Now, me and a couple other burn specialists have put together this presentation for you to show how to treat burns, what are burns, and how it works.
Great, I'm so excited. A burn is a traumatic injury to the skin, and sometimes the underlying tissues as well, caused by contact with extreme heat, chemicals, radiation, or electricity.
An estimated 50% of burns are caused by spilled food and drinks, while the remainder are caused by hot tap water and hot objects such as irons, stoves, and heaters. 44% of all admissions to burn centers result from fire or flame burns. The American Burn Association states that out of the 3,400 U.S. burn injury deaths each year, 2,550 of those deaths are a result of residential fires. Direct contact with a hot source accounts for 9% of burn center admissions, while electrical burns account for 4% and chemical burns account for 3%.
Isabella was at home making chicken. When she reached for something, she accidentally burned her wrist on the side of the pan. First step, stop. Sam sizes up the scene and sees that Isabella burned her wrist on the side of the pot. She quickly moves Isabella away from the heat source and moves the pot back to the back burner. Step 2, cool. Sam takes Isabella to the sink to cool the burn and relieve pain by using clean cold water for at least 10 minutes. Step 3, cover. Sam then covers Isabella's wrist with a sterile dressing. Make sure that the dressing is sterile or at least clean, because burns leave the person highly susceptible to an infection.
To prevent burns, be extra cautious around hot surfaces, including stoves and fireplaces. An example of a recent case was on May 5th in St. Louis when firefighters saved a man whose house went up in flames. The officers suffered severe burns and smoke inhalation, but were able to rescue the man. The cause of the fire was from a young child in their room playing with a lighter. All people from the house went to the hospital, and one of the officers were treated for burns. Luckily, they all survived.
Examples of a career or job that would need to know basic first aid practices are lifeguards and camp counselors. Lifeguards need to be certified in CPR, while camp counselors need to know basic first aid training. Knowing CPR is crucial to keeping campers safe. If you're applying as a lifeguard or as part of the medical staff, CPR training and certification is necessary.
Genesis, that report was so interesting. Thank you so much. It was very informative, and I'm sure a lot of people learned a lot from it.
I hope they did.
So, Genesis, can you sum up the 3 steps for treating a burn victim?
Of course. Just remember the 3 keywords: stop, cool, and cover, and you can be able to treat any burn.
Wow, thank you so much. Everyone give a round of applause to Genesis. Thanks for stopping by, old
pal. It was
pal.
my pleasure.
Oh, don't interrupt me, all right. Well, that concludes this special newscast. I want to thank Genesis for teaching us all about burns. Stay safe, kids.
Work, work, work. To me, if you work, 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 work. So me better work, work, work. To me, if you work, 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 work. So me better work, work. To me, work, work. To me, if you work, work. To me, work, work. So me better work, work. To me, work, work. To me, if you work, work. To me, you see me do me dirt, 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 dirt. Give me dirt, 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 dirt. Give me dirt, 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 dirt.
Hey, Genesis, you're ugly. Now that's what I call a burn. Now, Genesis, why is learning about first aid important?
Well, Isabella, burns are actually really common and can occur to anyone, to babies, to all the way to all the way to old people. You know, the elderly. Elderly can get burned too, like apple bottom jeans.